Okay, hello everyone. Super excited about our fabulous guest speaker for week 7. We have our very own director coming all the way from California. Miss Lisa is joining us tonight, and I'm super excited that she was able to work us into her schedule because she does work outside the home and has lots of other responsibilities, but she is making time for her Bliss sisters and misters. So with that, Lisa, would you just give us like an intro and kind of like a little bio about you? We can't hear you though. You got to unmute, honey. Sorry, I muted you.
See, this is why I know how to do these things.
It's all good. It's perfect.
Okay, hear me now, right? I'm good. You can hear?
Yes, you're great.
Okay. All right. Like Tracy said, I'm from California. I'm the director of the Wax. I joined Cincy in January 2020 and have been absolutely loving it ever since. And let's see, I'm a mom, non-Cincy wise. I'm a mom, an accountant for an auto shop, and I've been with my husband for 16 years now. So there's the personal background.
And just out of curiosity, had you ever done direct sales before?
No, I actually really hated direct sales.
Oh, well, out of curiosity, what did you hate about direct sales?
The pushy thing.
Okay.
The constant, the messages, the things like
so
that.
So you had been the victim of that.
Yes, very much, very much. So I had a really bad taste in my mouth for direct sales. Like if you can recruit someone, anybody can join. Like I really didn't like it. So you can change people's minds.
So what was the reason why what made you join Cincy?
I was buying it constantly, and I started watching all the videos on YouTube, and I seen videos of Jackie, and Chloe and Rachel Pence. I mean, just all it just looked like it was different than what I thought. It definitely wasn't what I had in my mind as direct sales was. They weren't pushy. They were just enjoying what they were doing and sharing what they loved. And I thought that was something different that didn't seem like I had to be in people's messages, begging them to buy from me.
And you said that you were buying Cincy. So you were buying Cincy.
I was buying it a
lot. Okay. Yeah. And is that the person you ended up joining with?
No. No, it's not.
I mean, I knew that answer, but I'm just, that's part of what we're going to talk about. I mean, it goes with the whole thing. So tell us how you chose your sponsor. And Lisa, okay, good.
I used to, like I said, I met her.
Lisa, you're kind of freezing. Are you driving?
She was, and is it better now?
No. You're frozen.
See, I have. All right, is that better? I took my Wi-Fi off because I think it was trying to do both.
Oh, yes. Okay, this is much better. Okay, so sorry. So we're going to, if you don't mind.
Kept trying to connect to my Wi-Fi.
Okay, so if you don't mind, how did you choose your sponsor? If you'll start over, just because we couldn't hear a lot of it.
I met Carrie on YouTube watching all the videos of Cincy, and we just really hit it off. And she said, you might as well join because you're already buying the stuff. Why not get money back for it? And she was really upbeat, really excited about it. She wasn't pushy with it, nothing like that. And she happened to be on Jackie's team, which was somebody that I already was watching. So I was like, okay, sure, I'll do it. And I did. And that was that. She's not a consultant anymore, but I did roll up to Jackie.
And did you purchase the $99 kit, or which kit did you get?
Yeah, I did the $99 kit.
Were you offered the host kit?
No.
I was just curious. So just background information. Okay. And so she asked you to join, and you pretty much just joined. Like, it didn't take a lot of arm twisting?
It didn't take a lot of arm twisting because I was already thinking about it. I was already watching the videos, already obsessed with the products, you know, already liked the community, which was one of the things that really drew me towards Scentsy compared to the other direct sell companies. It just seemed different, which I still believe it's very different.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. I agree with you. Not that I've done any others, but unfortunately, I too have been the victim of all of the things, you know, be coming at me. Oh, take this magic pill and you're going to instantly weigh 100 pounds. Well, yeah, not going to work for me. Oh, wrap your body in all of this stuff and you're magically going to be, you know, yeah. No, I mean, I couldn't even try it. Oh, drink your greens. No, that's not happening. There's something just messed up about that. I'm not doing it. So anyways, I had my share of I get it, girl. Okay. So you joined, I know you came out of the gate pretty hard, which was you know, no surprise knowing what we know about you now. But what made you decide to sponsor?
I think it was, I want to say Farner's videos that said the two people a month, 2,000 a month, and you teach them to do what you do. And you could be, you know, income disclaimer, a doctor or lawyer's salary, you know, in 5 to 10 years. And I thought, well, why not try that? Because I really love the job that I have, and I've never worked there for money. I worked because I don't have anything else to do and I get bored at home. And I wanted to be able to stay there. But I'm also thinking, you know, it would be great to have excess amounts of money as well. So what could I do that would cause, you know, that would bring that in? And then seeing how much I liked it, I was like, well, might as well add people, let people do this with me. Like, I'm having a whole bunch of fun. They might, you know, all the people who are buying from me, why not get the money back as well? So that's always my main thing is if you're already buying it, then you should just join because you get money back for it. So it's a no-brainer. So that's where the sponsoring came from, basically. And all the people, all of you guys you're always talking about, you know, bringing people in and whatnot. And I see where it's gotten you. So obviously it's the right way to go.
So you had this mindset that, you know, okay, I'm going to do this sponsoring thing. You set goals, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. And can you share with us some, like, what has worked for you as far as sponsoring? Like, how have you seen the success? Because you consistently sponsor, and not only do you consistently sponsor, but your people show up, and it's really awesome to see. So, I mean, you've got a lot that we can learn from, but what would you say are some of like the main ways you have had the opportunity to sponsor? Like, what are you doing?
What I don't like, as I've said, is the messages in the inbox. Like, I don't like that at all. So I would prefer not to have to contact people about it unless it is in passing, like customers or people that I'm working with, you know, hey, your wife should try this. So I do that a lot. I've literally recruited every one of my wife's coworkers. I mean, every one of my coworkers' wives, every single one of them. And I didn't know it was called this really until the other day, but attraction marketing, with showing other people something that they might want to be a part of, showing them, you know, of the community that we have, sharing all the goals that we hit, I think is a really big thing. And I know people are uncomfortable with that because it does feel like bragging. And I'm not going to lie, it does feel like that. But you have to get that out of your head, because you're not talking to those people, the people who would think you are bragging, the people who are, you know, talking about it, laughing about it, whatever. Those aren't the people you're talking to. You're talking to the people who need this in their lives and aren't sure if they're capable of it, aren't sure if it's real. And they're silently watching you and watching your post and watching you hit a goal. I don't care if it's just being active. Share that. Like, share every single goal that you hit so people can see not only do you sell Scentsy, but you're actually hitting goals in the company. And I think that has really drawn people in, because they all, I mean, at least know me, no, I've never done sales like that before. So if I can do this, they can do this too. Some of them have a background in it. So I really think attraction marketing is the number one way.
Yeah, and I don't know if everybody on here is friends with you, but I can tell you for certain, um, being, it's contagious. You know, when I see that, oh my gosh, look at Lisa, like her, you know, look at all this happy, you know, there's so much happy, there's so much joy, there's so much celebration. I want some of that. So whatever she's doing, I want a part of that. Like, you know, obviously I'm already on the inside with you, but I can see how that would be such a huge magnet because especially, I mean, honestly, I try to spend as little time as possible scrolling in my news feed because at the end of the day, a lot of it is just yuck. I mean, especially the
Hmm.
last 3 years, it's been just, I don't know, people's minds have just lost, they've just lost their minds, really. But anyways, but just so then when I'm scrolling and I see your posts or Becky's posts or, you know, Carrie's posts and some of you guys, I'm like, who I want that. I want more of that in my life. And so I think
Yeah,
that's really valid. And that's a good reminder to those participating here. There's a difference between being boastful and being sincere. And I always, when I hear excitement, it's like, I'm cheering for you. What is Lisa going to post next? Because like, I'm excited for her, you know,
it
that's
is
how it
genuine.
comes in.
It is genuinely excited
Yeah. You
and
can feel it.
disbelief that it's really you know.
Absolutely. So tell me, so I know this is probably true as much as I know that you're great and awesome, but I'm going to guess that every time you have the opportunity to talk about sponsoring or inviting someone to join your team, that not every one of them joins right that moment. So what do
Mhm.
you do as far as following up with prospects, with people that you've offered the opportunity to, but they don't just immediately say, yep, sign me up?
Well, with my personality, basically all of the people who I know already know how I'm going to be. And I will literally just be like, are you ready to do this yet? Like, when are you going to do this? When are you going on trips with me? Like, when are you going to get money back what you just bought from me? And I do it kind of like in a joking manner because that's just, I mean, that's just who I am. And I'm being serious about it. Like, when are you going to do this with me? And I think it just wears people down over time till they realize like, yeah, maybe I should do this. I mean, it's not going to hurt them. Why not get money back? You know, especially with the customers. Like, there is no reason your customers should not be joining. And I know so many don't want to give up their customers because yes, you make more off customers PRV that month than you do off of them being on your team. But what is it doing for them? Like, to get that much money back, and maybe this can change their life. I mean, I only joined to buy from myself too, and then pretty quickly decided, okay, I want to do this as more. So, I mean, why not? I know Lisa, she's on the call too. She was my customer. She was one of my best customers, and I wanted her to join for so long because why not get money back? And now she's in Hustle Director, Lisa Hernandez. I don't know if you, I just,
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. Very good.
so you never do for somebody.
So how often do you work on sponsoring? Uh-oh. Did she freeze again? Oh, there
All
she
the,
goes.
no, I was, no, pretty much. I'm trying to figure out how to explain it. Pretty much all the time. I mean, everything that I'm posting and saying and doing is geared towards people seeing that. I get asked all the time in my sample group, do you have a post for sponsoring? No, because it's not a post to me. It's a process of finding people who it would be good for, who would enjoy this, who, you know, who need this. It's not, there's not one thing or one specific time that I set aside to do that because that's always what's on my mind. Every purchase somebody makes, that's what I'm thinking of is they could have gotten this much back, or they could have gotten these host rewards themselves plus all that money back. Or what I'm posting, you know, what are people seeing that might want to be a part of? So it's kind of like a all the time thing, not like nonstop where I'm like constantly focused on sponsoring, but it's just
Right.
kind of worked it into where it's something natural in what I'm doing constantly. If that makes sense.
Absolutely. It does. It's just your mindset. I mean, it's become a habit.
Yes, that's what it, yeah. Yeah, I don't set time aside for it. It naturally happens now.
So Lisa, when you've asked people to join your team and they haven't joined their team and it doesn't appear they're going to have your team, how do you handle that?
That's fine. I mean, I'll keep asking. Well, I won't keep asking them to the hounding point, but I will continue to say, you know, you could have made this back off your purchase, whatever. I mean, it depends on the person. You know what I mean? It really, like, there's no for it. It really depends on the person. If I can
So
tell
you don't get your feelings hurt, or it doesn't cause you to pause when talking to the next person about sponsoring, or?
no, not at all. Not at all. I mean, I've always heard the go for the no, you know, go for the no. Try to get as many no's as you can and you'll get yeses. So I'm already expecting a no. I'm expecting a. So
Oh,
then all excited with yes.
I like that.
So
I like that a lot.
It doesn't bother me at all because I know eventually one day I'll get them. Eventually one day they will.
So just a little, because this kind
And
of
if not, it's
goes
really
along
their
with
loss.
sponsoring. We have a lot of people in the group that have sponsored their first team member just recently, which is super exciting. And we have some that have, had team members or adding team members, but they're still not sure if they have, the best system or if there's things they should be doing different. So once someone does join your team, what does your onboarding system look like for them? Because I know you've had a lot of success in this area. Uh-oh. Come back, Lisa. We will wait a moment. I didn't ask
enjoy this music.
Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me.
She gone. If Joe was here, he'd be saying she gone.
She's kind of back.
Is she coming back? I don't see her yet.
See her on my screen.
Yeah, come back.
Waxy cat down. Waxy cat down.
Oh
There
yeah.
she is.
Okay, so unmute, Lisa.
Whew.
I don't know. All of a sudden it just said waiting on my screen. I don't know why. Anyway, so
we were all actually the ones waiting, but it's fine.
I was telling me I was. I don't actually have an onboarding system. It depends on the person. So there are some people who are only going to join, just for their own benefits. So I do send them the information about, Shooting Star and all of those things. But it depends on the person. I will always offer to set them up a VIP group. Well, I offer to set them up an online party, which I'm hoping in turn, if they say yes, which I hope they do say yes, usually, that I can do their party in there and then we convert their party group to their VIP group. So it kind of just gets them going without them having to do any, they don't have to create any of the groups. They don't have to do any of that stuff. And they're able to watch during a party to see what they're supposed to say and do. So that's my main thing, is to get them going with a launch party and to get them a group set up, which basically, like I said, is a 2-in-1. And if they're not interested in any of that, I still let them know the goals, because sometimes their own purchases will help them hit these goals. Sometimes them and their close friends and family will help them hit those goals. So that's pretty much my onboarding system. And then I watch and see what they do and try to remember to always check where they're at lifetime PRV wise, how close they are to things, and let them know how close they are. Because a lot of times people do not realize how close to a goal they are. It doesn't matter if their dashboard says it, they don't understand what the dashboard is saying. So it's nice to continually remind them, I have a girl right now, she's $56 from certified. She didn't know that because it doesn't make sense to her. You know what I mean? It's not as clear to them as it is to us,
Yep.
So those are my main onboarding systems, getting them a launch party, a VIP group, and letting them know about everything that they can hit in their first, 15 days and then their first 90 days.
Perfect. That's excellent. And that's, I like a lot of the points that you just brought up. And that was really good to remind us that, when we've been doing this a while, it's easy for us to say, just go to your dashboard. Well, you know, depending
Mhm.
on the personality, there are some people that'd be like, I'm too embarrassed to ask what's a dashboard. Am I supposed to know what a dashboard? I'm thinking I'm driving. I don't have a car. I'm talking about my car. I mean, what are we talking about? You know,
Mhm.
we really do sometimes get in the habit of the acronyms and lifetime PRV. I mean, does that mean to anyone? Like, I would not have any clue what lifetime PRV, you know,
No.
is. So it's a good reminder for all of us, whether it's our first time sponsoring or our 17th time sponsoring, we do need to pretend like, remember, we were that person once too. Maybe we had the best of sponsors or the worst of sponsors. It doesn't matter. The point is, when you're a new team member, don't make assumptions, and making sure that you're very transparent too with, you know, if you're not understanding something, if I need to go slower, if I need to repeat it, I think that's another big piece too, because of all the different learning styles. Like you said, you've got all these people that have joined for different reasons, all different personalities. And so being accommodating, which it sounds like you do an excellent job of that. So what platforms do you use with your team? Do you have some different platforms that you're utilizing with your team?
The main one that we use is Facebook. We have a Facebook group, a couple of different messengers, but mostly the group, because like I said, I'm not into the pushy thing. That's what pushes me away. So I don't really do a whole lot of mass emails. I don't do a whole lot of things like that. They all know, and I've told them all numerous times, that I am here anytime they need. And I know that that's not always a good thing, because as you grow, that's harder to sustain. But as long as I am online, as long as I see your message come in, I will answer you. I mean, there's going to be times that there's going to be a little bit of a wait because I'm not around. But if I'm around, I will answer. And I have the team page. So the team page is set up where if one of them posts and one of the other team members see it, they'll answer each other. And I try to post all the information to the team page from the workstation in case they don't have time to get on workstation or can't find it. And then I add them all to my scented sample post group as well, so they can go in there for posts if they need help with. So there's a lot of, basically Facebook and the team pages, Scented Bliss, and then Jackie's team page as well. So they're all, they're in all of the things. So they've got plenty of, places to go if they have a question and I'm not available. And basically, yeah, just Facebook. That's what we've used the most, and it's worked so far.
Excellent. Very good. And do you have any specific, I know you did talk about Facebook, but are there any specific resources that you utilize when you have a new team member? I don't know, consultant guide, do you have a special checklist maybe, or notes? I mean, I don't know. Is there anything specific that you use, any resources that you refer back to frequently?
The consultant guide, and then a lot of things on YouTube, a lot of videos on YouTube that I have watched that have helped me. I share those. But mostly, I mean, everything we need is in the consultant guide. And if people would get used to reading that more, and the compliance guide, it would be a lot easier. So those are things that I constantly refer people to and send them the link to when they ask a question. I'm not big on telling them to go look on workstation. I will say it's on your workstation, and I usually will send them a link to it, but that way hoping that they get it in their head that I can find this on workstation myself. And I mean, I do refer them to YouTube trainings and stuff like that as well, but I specifically like the compliance guide, and the compliance manual and the consultant guide, because that's all direct from home office. And if they have questions, they can take those direct statements from it and ask home office, what does this mean? I need clarity. So those are the two main things that outside resource. Well, I guess they're not outside. The two resources,
No, I think those are really, again, great reminders. And what I like too is it's so easy, especially when you're maybe a newer sponsor. And we've all probably been there and done that. I think most of us, if we're moms, we've probably fallen prey to this. And that is, someone asks a question and you're just like, oh, you just want to tell them. And so I like that you are, you're showing them, you're telling them, sending the link, and I try it. And I know we're all get crazy busy. So sometimes all I can give you is, look on the workstation. I mean, I try not to. I'm just, sometimes I might be shorter than I want to be, depending on the life situation. But, I know many of us try, to say, go to Sensi Success and then training and then search, I don't know, kit content. So like we try to give steps so that people can learn how. And so I really think that is a great thing that you're doing. And by showing them instead of just automatically telling them, because that's going to, obviously it's making them good leaders because your team is just doing phenomenal things. So, okay, a couple other questions I have for you, because again, I know we appreciate your time and want to respect that and let you carry on with the rest of your evening. But can you give us like your best sponsoring tip?
Honestly, the best sponsoring tip is to sponsor for them. Like it really is. I know so many people are the first thing they want to know is what am I going to make after I sponsor somebody? That's not where that takes you. That mindset is not what's going to help you. It's going to help you to just do these things, let them build up, and it's going to take you both far. Because if you get people on there only because you want them on there, they're going to feel that, for one. And it's not going to work out for either one of you. They're going to feel pressured. If you're trying to make them work it so that you hit your goals, it's not going to help you. It's not going to help you, and it's not going to help them. So sponsor for them, regardless if they're going to bring in, $2,000 a month, or if they're going to barely get active some months. Do it for them. Do it for them, and do it for everyone who will say yes to you, that, this can help, because you can have a team full of happy people that are doing this because they love it. Or you can have a team full of people that you've, hounded into doing it, pressured them into having high sales. So basically sponsor for them and let them do what they want to do with this. It's not their job to get you where you want to be. It's your job to keep looking for people who will help you and them get to where you want to be. So honestly, sponsoring for them.
That is fantastic. Great, great wisdom. I love it. And then last, before we wrap up, I would just as an overall, again, you've been paid at title. I've lost count, but
every time.
But I know it's like a gazillion months in a row.
My team is fantastic. I don't even know how I got so blessed with it. I really don't. They are absolutely incredible.
Yeah, you do have it going on there. So as a leader, and it doesn't have to be specific to sponsoring, just as a leader, what would be like your number one tip that you would like to leave us with?
I think it kind of goes in the same thing, is that we are there to serve them. We're there to help them. They're not there to serve us. They're not there to help us. We are there to help them. And if you continue to help and serve, give more than you take, it's going to work out for you anyway. So honestly, the biggest leadership is go by the core values. Go by the authenticity, simplicity, and generosity. Go by those things in your business, and it will work out.
Wow, that is like the perfect wrap up and thing to end on. So Lisa, thank you so much for taking time out of your evening. We greatly appreciate you, and I look forward to hearing a lot more from you in our future. So good night, and thank you.